Hey guys, you're not going to want to miss this awesome vintage Star Wars toy lot that we found at a local thrift store today. Check it out. Hey everyone, how's it going? So today, after dropping packages off at the post office, Jess and I decided to go and hit a few local thrift stores. And we actually got some good things. So let me take a moment and pause the camera and turn it around, and I'll walk you through what we picked up. So everything that you see here, as well as this box here, which I'm not going to go through just yet, we paid less than $15 for everything. So the first store had a big 75% off sale. They're in the process of moving locations. And so we got a bunch of plush, as you can see here. We got some Mickey and Minnie plush. This was at the second store, which was kind of a cool thing, a Hard Rock Cafe Berlin. Got this vintage 2002 SpongeBob little figure, still in package. Nothing major. Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. This is from like a Sonic Wacky Pack, but it's still new, sealed, and you can make your own Mystery Machine, which I thought was kind of cool. So some collector might want that. Got this old vintage Pound Puppy. One of the nice ones that we found here was this cool Neopets, and he's still kind of wet because I washed him a little bit, but he works. We have new batteries in him.
Are we going to play now?
But you can see kind of that his face lights up.
I know we're going to have lots of fun together.
Let me turn that light off. You can see it maybe a little bit better. Yeah, you can see it there.
Hunters don't get any better than me.
So can't go wrong with Neopets. And that one right there, I believe, sold comps even for used ones in this condition can go upwards of $50. So a little dirty on the bottom, that's fine. I'm trying to wash them up, but he's still good. He's still got to do some drying. And anyway, we found a pair of jeans. I have never picked up this pair of jeans before. These are Rugby University, and the comps looked decent. And this Ducks Unlimited fleece jacket. So again, everything here plus this mystery box, which I'll kind of give you a hint. There's the hint. Less than $15 for everything. Again, that price there was the full retail price, and that's obviously not what we paid. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put all of this stuff away. I'm going to take out everything here, and I'm going to go through it because I even haven't had a chance to go through it myself yet. So that you can kind of see what's over there. It's kind of peeking out. So give me a second to reset, and then I'll walk you through it. Well, here is everything out of the box. There's a few random pieces left over that I didn't get a chance to take out. But these are all, or I would say mostly, original late 70s Star Wars toys. So I saw a big box labeled Star Wars at one of the thrift stores, and this was the one at the 75% off sale. It was that $15 price tag, and as I was going through it, I was just like, well, the condition is horrible, and there's a lot of pieces and whatnot, but I think I'm just going to take a chance. I did a quick couple of searches, at least for the Millennium Falcon over here and that AT-AT, and even for parts or repairs or whatever, some of the ones did go for decent amounts, $30, $40. So I don't even really know what I have here, but I'm going to walk you through some of it. So let me kind of zoom in to here. But yeah, as again, you can see, big Millennium Falcon. This thing's well over a foot and a half in length. It's giant. I don't even know if the cockpit cover there is original. It looks to be, certain things are like way discolored more than others, but again, it's going to be sold for parts or whatever. But I thought it was too cool not to at least give it a try. But how cool is that? Brings back some memories for sure. Let's see what this says on the bottom. Yes, Kenner 1979. So definitely cool. So big Millennium Falcon. Again, not the greatest condition, but I think that's okay. Got a couple of Tauntauns over here from Empire Strikes Back. Of course, you could fit Luke down in there. another one down over here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this thing here looks to be the trash compactor from the Death Star. I thought, maybe. Am I wrong? What does it say in the bottom? Oh, it says Kenner. General Mills Fun Group. Interesting. So maybe, maybe not. I have no idea. Like I said, this is kind of the first time I'm going through everything. Did see a couple of action figures, which I thought was kind of cool. They're really loose. And I know that that kind of deflates the value, but that guy from the, the original Mos Eisley, what does that say? 1978. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And there's a blaster down here. Don't know if that's original or not, but there is this. I think that's the AT-AT driver for that thing. Again, that has seen better days for sure. And a droid from the opening sequence, or when they were in the big sand crawler thing. I don't know. He's super loose. Don't even know if he's really worth anything in this condition. There was a newer Anakin that he's got his leg chewed off, so he's gonna probably get thrown away. And I think, what is that? The dish for the Millennium Falcon. So there's, and I actually see people selling just this piece by itself. So maybe if that's included, there'll be a bonus. Looks to be part of a TIE fighter. And I think these might be the little wingtips. Used to be electronic. I would venture a guess to say that that does not work anymore. But it's weird how this piece is, it's white compared to the other ones. It almost looks like it's a replacement. I have no idea. But that's kind of cool. But then similarly, we have a, presumably what, Darth Vader TIE fighter, maybe? I don't think I have the wings for this, so this may not do me any good whatsoever. I have no idea. There is a box, or I'm sorry, a bag of random, it looks to be decals. However, there could possibly be another blaster in here or something, and there's a foot. I don't know. I'll have to go through this. But that's kind of interesting. I don't know what these are either. Where was it marked? So this also said General Mills Fun Group. Also by Kenner. I don't know what this is. I don't think it's Star Wars because I don't see anything that says Lucasfilm or anything like that. So I don't know. But I think I posted, or I plugged it before, but there's an action figure identification group on Facebook that is just amazing in dealing with this stuff like this. So you could literally take, for instance, this and send a picture in, and they would be able to tell you what set it came from, and yeah, they're amazing. But there's this thing here. I think that looks familiar. I think, what is that? That was on the Death Star, was it not, during that raid? I don't know. It all looks familiar, but I could be wrong. And there's just a weird piece here. I don't know. Some of you are probably screaming at your computer or phone telling me what it is, but I honestly don't know. There's this tall vertical thing here. Some sort of play thing. I don't have a clue. I know this is not Star Wars in any way, shape, or form. No idea what it is. What does it say? 2011. Okay, so this is a relatively new thing, so probably doesn't belong. And this weird random piece of plastic, which is cracked down the middle. I don't know what that is. Probably, well, no clue. But got this big, nice AT-AT as well, which is neat. This was obviously one of the ones that were, took batteries somehow and it moved, and obviously there were guns up front and whatnot, but it's kind of a cool find. You don't run across a lot of these older Star Wars toys a lot. Again, this is, it looks like it's in a Rebel and an Imperial junkyard, but I should be able to hopefully make something at least a little bit off of the Millennium Falcon, if not the AT-AT as well, and perhaps even a couple of these figures in the Tauntauns. So drop me a comment below. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Would you have tackled it? So one of the biggest things is going to be shipping, obviously. So these things are pretty big. I don't think you can tell on camera here that this thing is tall. This is well over a foot tall for sure. And then again, the Millennium Falcon is huge. I mean, that's from over this way to here. Again, is it probably 1.5 feet, I would say. So that's going to be a challenge to ship. But again, I definitely have seen sold. So, you know, people want them for their collection or to redo them or whatnot. So, and like I said, there's a few rando pieces left in that box, but most of what was in the box is here. So, well, hopefully you enjoyed that. I thought that was kind of a cool score, and thank you for walking through it with me. This was kind of fun. And again, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think of this find. And hopefully, once these things sell, I'll show them to you. You know what sold. Okay, guys, I didn't want to show my ignorance with that last clip, but as soon as I got done filming, I went through all of the different pieces and used Google Lens to try to match things up, and I think that I have a better idea of what I actually have now. So, of course, none of it is complete, and as I didn't think it would be, but these bigger pieces here are actually, and I was correct in thinking that that was the trash compactor. This is evidently an old Death Star playset. So there's like the shaft here with an elevator. It's like 3 levels tall. It's so big I can't put it all together here. This is the very top piece to it. And as I was thinking that is the gun that sits there. And so this kind of all sits up here, vertically stacked like that with these struts. Now some of those struts are broken and I'm missing some, but that is a pretty darn cool find for sure. I didn't even know that this existed. Now I've known about the Millennium Falcon and the AT-AT, of course, but the Death Star is really, really cool. So I'm probably just going to piece it all out. Well, I won't piece it all out. What I'm thinking about doing is just including all of the pieces to it as is. You know, it's going to be for parts or repair or for replacement pieces. And I'm just going to auction it. I think I'm going to do all these as auctions just to see. One of the other cool things was that is for the what is that? Darth Vader TIE Fighter. Sorry, I got a million things going through my mind. I actually found the battery cover for this, which I know can be sold on its own, so that's cool. And I did stick some batteries in there, and you can see those right there. The light still works, so that's pretty cool. So that'll be I guess a selling point. What else did I find? So the white TIE Fighter. So obviously one of the gray struts goes to Darth Vader, so I don't have the other strut there. But I did find that a lot of these decals go on the outer panels and inner panels of these sections here. So again, I'm going to include those with the TIE Fighter and just auction that off. I did find the original straps for the Tauntauns. So I didn't know what those were at first, and that made sense. Those are the little things that hold all of their gear on there. So that's kind of cool. Didn't get a chance to look up the figures yet, but I'll do that later. That's not really a big deal. But now that I actually know what I'm up against, oh, and I found, I think, what are the guns to the front of the AT-AT. Don't know how they attach, but that's fine. But I think I'm going to definitely auction that off as one thing. The Death Star as another piece. The white TIE Fighter, the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, the Millennium Falcon, one or both Tauntauns. I have to research those just to see. And then I'll definitely, I'll probably do these guys as buy it nows, just depending, because I don't know if they're going to be in any great demand. So, but I thought that was kind of a cool thing. I mean, just a little bit of research, and now it makes sense what I have. And finding all of this stuff together in a single box, man, that's someone's childhood right there. That is pretty cool. So hope you guys enjoyed that, especially part 2, now that I am a little bit more intelligent of what I have here. So again, look for these on some upcoming What Solds, as I'm sure these will hopefully be in demand. Okay, one last interruption here, and found this as well, and I found out that that guy goes with that. So 1978 Battlestar Galactica ship with Cylon, I think it's called, and pilot, super loose, probably is a detriment. However, this guy sold by himself on eBay for upwards of $50. So again, probably a lot to do with condition. So I'll probably just auction this off as well. These do come apart here, and I guess that there are supposedly missiles in there, which I do not have, but a very cool find nonetheless. So not Star Wars, obviously, but still cool. So just wanted to bring that to your attention as well. So what did you guys think about that haul, huh? I mean, that was pretty cool and pretty unexpected. I guess that just goes to show that you never know what you're going to run across when you go out sourcing. Well, now that the excitement of that haul has begun to wear off, let's go ahead and transition over to the sales portion of today's video. So the sales that we'll be discussing took place around February 25 to March 2. And so as I kind of surmised in the last video, we did have a slight uptick in the amount of sales on all platforms, so that's good. So we'll kick off eBay like we normally do, and this is the first thing that sold. This was the set of 2 Thomas the Tank Engine wooden railway trains. This was Thomas and Percy, and together these sold for $11.98 plus shipping. The next item was this Lego Star Wars set number 75073, the Vulture Droid Microfighter. It was 100% complete with manual and figure, and this sold for $14.99 plus shipping. The next item was this 2015 Star Wars Mattel Hot Wheels Rebels Snowspeeder. It was a die-cast metal starship, and it sold on a best offer of $3.39 plus shipping. Following that, we had another Lego sale. This was Lego Monster Fighters number 9462, The Mummy. It was also 100% complete with the figures and instructions, and this set sold for $24.99 plus shipping. This next item was previously returned, and so it was relisted, and luckily it sold again. This was a pair of Dockers women's size 14, black striped Jalen truly slimming pants, and these sold on a best offer of $13.94 plus shipping. Next up, we had this Max Factor 3-pack of the Midnight Mahogany shade, new sealed, and these sold for $14.99 free shipping. This next item we picked up at a local Goodwill bins. This was a Le Creuset tan oven roaster baking pan with swing handles, measured 15 by 10. Of course, it was enameled cast iron, and this sold for $65.79 on a best offer plus shipping. The next item was a consignment sale from our family friend Larry. This was a vintage set of Thailand brass and teak wood flatware pieces. This sold on a best offer of $8 plus shipping. Next up was this set of 12 Dora and Boots Groovy Flower Pencils. This set sold for $2.99 plus shipping. Next up was another Lego set. This was Lego Pharaoh Quest. This was set number 7305, Scarab Attack, 100% complete with manual and figure, and this set sold for $9.99 plus shipping. Next up, we had this lot of 12 David Weber sci-fi paperback books. These sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So I picked up these books and 2 other sets of sci-fi books at a local thrift store that was kind of going out of business. They were closing and moving locations. It was different than the other 2 that I talked about today, but I ended up filling an entire big box of sci-fi books, and I only got charged $2 for the entire box. So I was able to make 3 distinct sets out of those boxes. Of course, this one sold, and another one sold that will be on the next video too. Following those books was this pair of Miss Me jeans. These were Miss Me women's size 25 mid-rise skinny jeans, and these sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So this next item made a small cameo in the last video where I was kind of going through the behind the scenes and matching up all the different action figures with their weapons and accessories. This was a Toy Biz Marvel Legends 2003 6-inch Spider-Man action figure, which was extra posable and had a lot of parts of articulation, and this sold for $24.99 plus shipping. So I decided to price this one a little bit lower than the ones that I saw online. The legs on this particular action figure were a little bit loose, and so they didn't always hold a pose. I know that's kind of important to some action figure enthusiasts, so I ended up listing it for that $24.99 price, but it sold pretty quickly. Next up from eBay, we had this new in-box amusement park theme jigsaw puzzle. We sold this for $6.99 plus shipping. And the last eBay sale from this time period was this vintage 1980s Crested Butte downhill skiing washable patch. This was still new sealed, and it sold for $19.99 plus shipping. So let's go ahead and transition over to Mercari, and the first sale from here was this pink kiwi bird. This was a Thai Beanie Boos 6-inch kiwi, and he sold for $6 on a best offer plus shipping. Next up was this Imaginext Captain Shark Pirate Adventures 2.5-inch action figure. We took a best offer of $5 plus shipping for him. Following that was this VeggieTales Larry the Cucumber 7-inch beanbag plush. He sold for $8 on a best offer plus shipping. The next item was from our Gina consignment sale. This was a new in open box 19 by 14-inch rectangular bamboo serving tray with handles and 4 coasters. Also took a best offer on this item of $9 plus shipping. The next item was another Lego sale. This was Lego set number 75076, a Micro Series 2 Republic gunship, 100% complete with manual. Took a best offer of $32 plus shipping for this item. Next up we had this vintage planisphere. This was the Night Sky planisphere, which featured 40 to 50 degree north latitude. Took a best offer of $8 plus shipping. And the last sale from Mercari during this time period was, in fact, another set of Dora pencils. Yep, it was the set of 12 Dora the Explorer Boots, Monkey, and Flower pencils. Sold this set for $3 plus shipping. And the last 2 sales of the video will, of course, be from Poshmark. We'll start off with this new with tag Fishoflage Red Fish Camouflage Strapback Adjustable Hat, which sold for $7 plus shipping. And the final sale of the video was for this Bradford Exchange women's size 7.5M M&M theme candy character ballet flat shoes. And these sold for $16 plus shipping. Well, sadly, we've reached the end of today's video, but I hope that you guys enjoyed that cool vintage Star Wars haul. That's going to be really fun for me to dive into and to get that listed. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on what those eventually sell for. So if you like today's content, go ahead and click the like or the thumbs up button. And if you wouldn't mind possibly even considering subscribing to the channel, it would really help us out. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.